Yo, what's up, man?
Sure, man. How you doing?
Good, man. I'm chilling, man.
Had a good weekend?
Yep.
A lot of things happened last week.
Yeah.
Definitely get into it.
Yeah. We got Philadelphia plane crash, man. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's get into
Let's
it.
get into it.
Oh,
Now at
oh, to
11,
do the
new
airstrike.
details about that deadly medical jet crash in northeast Philadelphia. Investigators are combing through the burned cars and damaged homes for clues while neighbors try to fully process exactly what happened last night. The latest on the investigation into what caused that aircraft to go down just moments after takeoff. It is Saturday night. I'm Walter Perez. The big story in Action News is the latest in a deadly medical jet crash in northeast Philadelphia. It happened just after 6 p.m., not too far from the Roosevelt Mall. Tonight, officials from Mexico have identified the mother and the child among the 6
Like he the
victims
Walking
of that
Dead. Yeah,
aircraft.
like a
It's
whole
Lisbeth
body.
Murillo
Yeah, that's
Osuna
crazy.
and Valentina Guzman Murillo. One person on the ground was also killed, as 19 others on the ground were injured. Officials from the National Transportation Safety Board say the flight first departed from Opelika, Florida yesterday around noon. It arrived at Northeast Philadelphia Airport a couple of hours later before departing a bit past 6 p.m. It climbed to about 1,500 feet before plummeting back to the ground. The flight was headed for Missouri before continuing to Tijuana. We have team coverage on the latest developments. Action News reporter Brianna Gallagher has an update.
That I thought the hole was gonna be bigger than that. But I was looking for it. And then they found that
Whoa.
together, like you see how it would just dive down.
Like a bonsai.
Yeah, like you said, like a missile. It looked like a straight missile.
Right.
And I'm gonna be real with you, you know, we from Philly, like I go by there a lot, and I was there especially a lot. It's kind of ratchet because my dad used to go to Fox Chase and it was right up
Yeah,
the
fuck
street.
yeah.
Friday and the Fox Chase stuff. Yo, man, y'all don't understand. Like, even the people, even if you was to see that joint coming, your reaction time ain't quick enough. That's why I'm surprised more people died, and thank God a lot of people didn't die, but it was more people that have died because
Right.
that was crazy to me. I never, that was crazy, and I was going to Fern Rock, these people might not remember. That's the train ticket. I was going to the Sixers game. Sixers were playing the Nuggets on Friday. And you know, by the time I had left it had already happened about like 6:30 when we were at the crib. But I didn't know none of this stuff. People were sitting me up from out of town, like, yo, you all right? Good, the plane crash in Philly. Then I get down to the Sixers game. South Philly, the airport is near where the Sixers play all the sports team. I'm looking around, like, ain't no plane crash around here.
No, it was
You know what I mean? But I didn't know it was up north. He said, yeah. And then they say, oh, it's just by Grant Avenue. And I'm thinking, like, because Grant Avenue is further for us. There's still a lot of traffic to that Route 1. But, yo, I'm telling y'all, man, that was like, that's scary and eerie. Like, if you had to stop, like, the traffic light and you ain't got no time to react, I'm surprised when people ain't passed away, man. Seriously, that was crazy, man. Yeah.
Update on the injured victims. Katie Catro spoke with witnesses, and Brianna Smith has the latest from officials investigating this crash. We begin with Brianna.
Walter, the NTSB classified the crash as an accident, and you can see flashing lights behind me. First responders and experts from the local to the federal level have been on the ground for more than 24 hours now, searching for more potential victims, assessing the damage and collecting evidence. The NTSB says this could take days, even weeks, for this process. And right now they're on the search for the jet's black box.
The entire flight lasted less than a minute.
We have a lost aircraft. We're not exactly sure what happened.
This video shows the massive explosion in a busy thoroughfare after a medical jet crashed near Roosevelt Mall in northeast Philadelphia just after 6 p.m. on Friday.
We were looking at GPS data on the aircraft a slight right turn followed by a slight left turn, and then a steep descent towards the ground where it crashed.
The NTSB says Learjet 55, operated by Jet Rescue Air Ambulance, was flying to Missouri from the Northeast Philadelphia airport. The 6 members on board, including a child and her mother, died. They've been identified as Liseth Maria Osuna and Valentina Guzman Murillo. Shriners Children's Philadelphia says the child received treatment and was headed home to Mexico.
We mourn their loss, and they are in our thoughts and in our prayers.
Mayor Sherelle Parker says at least 1 person in a vehicle was killed and 19 others injured, but that number could increase as the investigation continues.
The city is working around the clock to keep people safe, to understand what happened, and to be there for those who are impacted.
As the sun rose on Saturday, this is what the road looked like from Chopper 6. A huge crater, charred cars, and 5 scorched homes with debris spanning nearly 6 blocks. The NTSB says now they're desperately searching for the cockpit voice recorder.
Hopefully, once we can find it, that's the biggest question right now. We can take that back to our lab and evaluate it. I encourage everyone to stay out of the accident site. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, and that black box is.
So yeah, now. So I had in front of me, and I talked to her Sunday. As you were reporting this, they did find a black box there. But a friend of mine, she works in the ER. Temple. So she knows someone who's a firefighter. He said, "Well, was picking up body parts." Like body parts.
Yeah, I remember one time on Instagram Reels, I seen like some fecal matter, brains and stuff out. Yeah, I seen like a foot ripped off with a shoe and all that.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
It was a crash.
yeah, it was the Philadelphia crash. It was a piece of somebody's leg.
This crash.
Yeah, this crash.
Wow, that's crazy. And you know what's sad too? She came here to get a life-saving treatment, and then she got it from Shriners Hospital, and then she ended up passing away of something crazy. You know what I mean? Like, that is. So you heard how the boy said he made a right turn when he lifted up. He made a right turn, and he said he made a left turn. And he's up in the air, and I guess it just came down. Like all of the operations, like the functions of the plane just stopped. You know, I was watching a video with a pilot was talking about it. He's like, yo, that's not like just mechanically, it just was done. And that's why, you know, they gotta check these planes and do X, Y, and Z. But it's yo, man, I know exactly what that is. I couldn't imagine being there, driving, because it's gonna mess with a lot of people's mental health. Think about if you're in the car and you was behind me, you're like, oh, you know what I mean? You tell me to plane now, you tell me to get on the plane, you tell me driving up that road now, you know what I mean?
Right.
But now, if I was gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna come now with the plane, you know what I mean? But they said they supposed to have fixed it today. They fixed the road with a deep crater and everything. I'm surprised that gentleman went deeper. Seriously.
Right.
Seriously, man. But, you know, there's certain things that I'm thankful for because we take things for granted. But a lot of planes, like I said, I just so happy that we had 2 in 1 week. You know what I'm saying? So that's the scary thing about it. So.
Is an important part of the investigation. So if you see debris, do not touch it. Instead, call the NTSB or 911. Also contact 911 if you know someone who is missing. Now, as for the investigation, we expect to learn more details from city officials late tomorrow morning. Live in Northeast Philadelphia, Brianna Smith, Channel 6 Action News. Walter?
Okay, Brianna, thank you. The Mexican consulate and Jet Rescue Air Ambulance are working closely with local and federal authorities as they work to identify all the victims from the plane crash.
A few families have been trying to identify if their loved ones were in the plane.
Our condolences go to the family of the patient. It's just heartbreaking.
The president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, released a statement saying, quote, she mourns the passing of 6 Mexicans in the aviation accident. Action News reporter Brianna Gallagher joins us live from Northeast Philadelphia with an update on the conditions of some of the bystanders injured as the medical jet crashed. Brianna.
Check this out. I'm going to show you.
Yes, Walter. Well, there's still a lot of unanswered questions here tonight in terms of fatalities and injuries. But earlier today, we spoke with the mother and father of a 10-year-old boy who is believed to be one of the very first patients who have arrived at Jefferson Torresdale Hospital last night.
My baby in there. It's hard to see him like that. As a mother, what am I supposed to do? But he's good. He's pushing through.
10-year-old Andre Howard was in the car with his father and siblings when tragedy shook Northeast Philadelphia.
Here, what we thought was a car crash, but then you see a fury of fire in the air, and then a bunch of debris shooting everywhere.
Andre tells us he tried using nearby buildings to shield them from flying debris.
My son, who's also the same name as me, Andre Howard, tells his little sister, "Get down," and he grabs her. I hear the glass shatter, I turn around. There's a piece of metal sticking out of my son's head from the plane.
A Good Samaritan took the shirt off his back to help apply pressure to Andre's head. Then a Philadelphia police officer rushed them to Jefferson Torresdale Hospital, where the boy underwent emergency surgery.
They pretty much told us my son wasn't supposed to make it. Jefferson also told us that they didn't do children trauma surgeries, but they did for us, which was nothing but God.
Authorities say at least 7 people are dead and 19 others are injured, including Andre. Doctors initially told him that his son would never walk again, but after being transported to CHOP, Andre has made miracle strides overnight.
To face death yesterday and speaking today, stepping up for his little sister like I trained him and his other brothers to do, off of instinct, he's my hero.
He's strong. He's a jokester, but he's strong.
Oh, he's a superhero.
He's a superhero.
Now, his mother tells me that his team of doctors and nurses are working around the clock to keep him stable and comfortable. Meanwhile, they'll be taking things day by day and continuing to pray for little Andre's full recovery. We're live in Northeast Philadelphia tonight. Brianna Gallagher, Channel 6, Action News. Walter.
It's such a tragedy.
So it came through the debris came through the car window.
Boom. Yeah, certain parts, when you get stabbed or shot, like say if it hits a certain part, you're not gonna die. Most of the time you will, but say if it hits that part, you got a chance of surviving, but you won't be paralyzed. But
It seems like he's not even gonna be paralyzed. And that's crazy the hospital they took it to. They didn't do that type of surgery.
they only did on adults.
Yeah, but they did it there because they normally take it to CHOP.
Right.
So he got the surgery there, they took him to CHOP, which is Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, got him to CHOP. But yeah, man, just strong kid, man. Man, he gonna trip it the rest of his life when he's driving in the car.
PTSD, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But yeah, y'all, this is the Philly crash, and we just wanted to go over that real quick and just let you know, like it really hit home, literally, here. And man, that could have been me, it could have been you, could have been anybody, you know what I mean, that we know, you know what I mean? That's why I was hitting you up, like, yo, you know,
Yeah.
That's why I called you, like, yo, you all right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Calling
It was
me.
kind of nearby, but it wasn't really, so
Yeah.
it was good.
But that I don't remember a plane crashing like in the middle of the street though. You feel
Like that's something you hear out of like
a movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely, right? Like, yo, then you gotta hit the bus. You be in the mall, you don't know what's going on. You don't hear nothing. The mall right there. You know, like outside the mall, you walk, you done. So man. Yeah, yo, this is real talk. But you know, don't be afraid to fly. So this is two stuff that happen, and we're gonna talk about the DC one too. You know what I mean? Next video.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah. So we just want y'all comments,
Yeah.
like, comment, share, subscribe, be live. 215. We do nothing. You know what I mean?
All right, we out.